Live from a secret location somewhere in northeast Wisconsin, it's Clubhouse Live, the virtual show. We'll look back on how the Packers fared with our co-host Alan Lazard. We'll talk football. We'll take a peek at what's next on the schedule, and we'll have our usual fun too. We're ready. Alan's ready. Are you ready? It's time to get started. Let's open the doors and welcome to Clubhouse Live!
All right, what's going on, everybody? We made it. We made it. Take a deep breath, everybody, and relax. Hey, welcome back to Clubhouse Live, the virtual show. We are, again, 10th floor bubble, still somewhere in northeast Wisconsin, our secret location. I am Brett Christopherson with USA Today Network, Wisconsin. Let's hear the virtual cheers. How's everybody doing out there tonight? I want to hear you loud and proud, yes. Normally I would introduce, I'm going to do this real quick because we're in a 2-minute drill here. I'll explain the format change here in a little bit, but this is Chicago Bears fan Ricardo Arguello. He is back, everybody. You can let him have it.
But my Bears Minute.
No, you don't get a Bears Minute. Maybe, Rosie, put up the what we all think about the Chicago Bears right now as you talk about your Bears Minute here. Maybe he'll get to it here in a little minute. It's something that, there it is.
No, come
That's
on.
what the Bears and Mean Gene would finish it up.
Let me tell you, this is a family show.
Good luck to your Bears beating
Yes.
New Orleans. That's not going to happen.
Baby.
Hey, let's talk Green Bay Packers 35, Chicago Bears 16. Let's hear the cheers for that big win yesterday. The top seed is secured in the NFC. The road to the Super Bowl goes through Lambeau Field. It's going to be cold. It's going to be snowy. It's going to be like the Ice Bowl come playoff time. Aaron Rodgers, how about that guy? 48 touchdown passes, a franchise record, career record. Davante Adams now has the career franchise receptions total, tied for the most touchdowns in a single season in franchise history. Chris Barnes, a big day. Adrian Amos, a big day defensively. So the playoffs are up next. But first, a bye. 13 in the wagon, playoffs still lagging. Hey, Packers have now won 10 of 11 against the Bears in Soldier Field. Ricardo, take that. Happy Vince is here. He loves it. He loves beating the Bears, and he loves when our co-host is here. It is Green Bay Packers wide receiver Alan Lazard. He's out there somewhere. There's the Lizard. And we've got a mega show, and everybody's in studio. It's situated. It is Green Bay Packers quarterback and wide receiver Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams. There's Aaron Rodgers. He's out there. We'll get to him the intro here in a second. And number 17 is hanging out with us as well. Davante Adams, everybody. Ricardo, quickly, it is an interactive show.
That's right. So we invite your comments, your questions through that live chat that can be found online next to our video viewer. Not me. My man, Jake Prinzens. He's monitoring that chat. He'll relay those comments and questions over to us.
Now, Aaron and Davante have to get going a little bit earlier than our show is scheduled, so we're going to kind of change up the format here a little bit. We're going to get them onto the stage, or our virtual stage right now. So let me do the proper intro for the guys. Our guest tonight, one is in his 7th season, all with the Packers. The other, 16th season, all with the Packers. One was selected by the Packers, 2nd round of the 2014 NFL Draft. The other was selected by the Packers in the 1st round of the 05 NFL Draft. One has started in the 14 games in which he has appeared this season, finishes the regular season with a team record 115 receptions, 1,374 yards, 18 touchdowns, which is tied for the most in a single season in franchise history. The other has started at quarterback in all 16 games this season, finishes the regular season slate with a franchise record 48 TDs, 4,299 yards, and a career-best 71% completion percentage, and the league's best passer rating, 121.5. One is the NFL's best wide receiver. He's on the short list, Ricardo, for Offensive Player of the Year honors. The other, of course, is having a most valuable player season. And together, they're the Pistons of a Packers offense that finished with 66 touchdowns scored. That's the 2nd most in franchise history, and atop the league in points scored. How about a Clubhouse Live virtual welcome, first for our co-host, the Lizard, Alan Lazard, and our guest tonight, Green Bay Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers and Green Bay Packers wide receiver Davante Adams. Let's get them all onto the screen. We got 2 of them. Oh, listen. I hear the MVP chants from the crowd. I love it.
Okay.
Gentlemen, Aaron, Devontae, Alan, there he is, the lizard. Thanks for being on the show, fellas. How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing really good.
Doing good.
Everybody wants to know, Alan, how in the world did you finagle this tonight, getting Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams on the show? What did you promise them?
Yes.
Luckily I didn't get to that part of my interrogation plan. I just friendly went up to both of them and asked them personally, and they both agreed to it. Pretty instantaneous. So thank you, both of you, for joining us tonight.
Absolutely. It's great to have the guys on. I'm going to start with Aaron and Devontae, and then when they leave, Alan, we'll have our segment together, talk a little bit about the game and that fun stuff. But Aaron, let's start with you. We'll go to Devontae. Do you have a message for Chicago Bears fan Ricardo Arguello?
Never heard of him.
Yes.
Oh, that hurts. Actually, it doesn't. But
No, I remember Ricardo from way back. He's still running his mouth?
Yes, he is. He was talking big stuff, big time.
I'm running my mouth. I'm keeping it real. As a kid
I'm
say.
sure you are.
Yeah.
Just like every other Bears fan out there, right?
Ooh.
Yeah,
Start it
yuck
off
it
with
up.
this is our year. Finish it off with next year we'll get him.
We're eternal optimists.
Yeah, you are every year. Hey,
Yeah.
Devontae. Devontae, what do you have to say to the Ricardo the Bears fan?
I feel sorry for you. Honestly, I won't beat up on you too much. I feel sorry for you. Obviously, this is a good situation for you with them being in the playoffs, but heading down to New Orleans, I wish them luck, but they're definitely gonna need it out there. We'll say that much.
Well, thank
Devontae
you.
being very
A little
gracious.
backhanded, but thank
It is
you.
a backhanded compliment.
Okay.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Now, Aaron, we got to clear the air here, and we're going to get back to Ricardo here, and we're going to get through this quickly. December 10th, 2012, a date that lives in Clubhouse Live infamy. You were a special guest that night on our show. Tom Crabtree was our co-host. Remember the Puma, a long-time Packers fan favorite. We had you sign a mural behind the bar of yourself. We unveiled it to you. You're escaping the pass rush of Jared Allen. And on your way back, you passed Ricardo. Ricardo has since, in the 8 years since you were on that show, that you punched him.
Punched me.
In the backside.
In the left cheek.
That's all he ever talks about now. Now, Aaron, before we ask you to respond to these accusations and to clear the air once and for all, I've studied the film like the Zapruder film. I have looked at frame by frame to see if I can actually see it happen. Rosie, throw up the pictures maybe of Aaron here. There's Aaron. There's picture number 1. You're kind of slapping hands 5 with a fan, and there's the other one. And then a couple frames after that, Aaron disappears.
Yes.
However, the audio does catch Ricardo saying, "Come on, man. Hey," or "Hey, man, come on," which might indicate that maybe Aaron did do something to you. I don't believe Aaron punched you in the behind. So, Aaron, for the record, did you or did you not punch Ricardo?
I would have had to bend down so low. I don't think that's possible.
Let me
stiff
tell you.
after the game, so there's no way I would have been able to do that.
Now, he punched me in the left buttock.
It's done.
And I'm telling you, I was just worried that you were going to hurt your wrist, on the buns of steel there, my friend. I'm just glad no one got hurt.
He said he didn't.
Oh,
You
it
can
happened.
stop lying about it. It's
Good to
done.
see. Hey, Ricardo, it's good to see you only put on a COVID-15, not a COVID-30.
Whoa!
Oh, man. That
Bunch of
hurts.
zingers.
I know.
They're on to you. They're
They are
gonna
on
rip
me.
on you all night long, and the Clubhouse fans love it. So let's talk. Let's get a little serious, but still have some fun at the same time. Alan, let's get to you. What have these two guys meant to you in your development as a wide receiver and as a professional football player?
Yeah, well, I'll start with Devontae. Obviously, him being in my room, looking up to him really since I first got in here to Green Bay, just being able to try to model my game and steal as much as I can from him. I'm really just trying to integrate it into my game. And then Aaron, obviously, just his leadership, just kind of be able to take me underneath his wings for this time here. and just be able to follow both of their guidance and their leadership every single day. And then obviously both of them have very high expectations for me, so making sure that I don't let them down and I don't let the rest of the team down as well.
Aaron, Allen has been called an unsung hero of the offense. I know you've talked about him from time to time this season, but what does he mean to the success that you guys have had? He might not have the flashy stats, but he does a lot of the dirty work, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. I've talked at length about how, for whatever reason, there's a stigma around role players in different sports. Like, that's a bad thing. But in Green Bay, we try and encourage guys we first give them a role, and second, to encourage them to embrace that role. And Allen has had a role for us really since get 13 in the game. Detroit last year happened, and his role has been to be an enforcer in a run game and to do a lot of things that don't show up in the stat book, and then make plays when he gets his opportunities. I feel like, as usual, there's a number of plays yesterday that he made, some that show up in the stat book and some that show up on the film that we all watch and we all appreciate. There's, an important role in our offense for him, and he's made a lot of plays for us this season, and he'll continue to as long as he's healthy. When he's healthy, man, he's a big part of what we're doing.
Devontae, your take on number 13. What does he mean to your wide receiver room?
Well, he means everything to it, honestly. Having him around has made my job much easier. They call him a goon for a reason. We got a certain personnel package where it's called 11 Goon, and it's him and two other guys in there that are that don't mind throwing their nose in there and going to block a DN, linebacker, safety, all of that type of stuff. And I think he gets a lot of credit for that, which is great. But he doesn't get enough credit for what he can do as a pass catcher as well. I think, obviously, with me being featured in this offense, a lot of the time people forget what he's able to do and what he does consistently, which is catch the ball really well and fight for extra yardage. And I've seen him continue to evolve in that way since he's been here, with a little bit of positive reinforcement. He had a few plays, things last year, catching balls on the sideline and then getting another 6-7 yards just by bullying the guy. So I think he's kind of stepped up and owned that as kind of his identity on the field. And, there's a lot of trash talking and stuff that goes on the field, but I've noticed that my trash talking has gone down a lot this year because of Allen being out there and people not really worried about me and chirping at me. Allen's over there just antagonizing the defense, and you can see him getting under their skin, and he does a lot for us, and being able to take guys out of their element a little bit. So, we utilize him in a bunch of different ways, and whatever he's doing, he's making sure he's being impactful out there.
Allen, you haven't told us you're a trash talker. Come on, I've asked you about that.
I mean, it doesn't really – I don't forcefully go out there and want to trash talk.
He doesn't talk a whole lot. He just what he does and the way he plays, for some reason, it gets under those guys' skin. And then,
he talks a lot. What are you talking about? He definitely talks a lot.
Well, I mean,
sometimes it's not always talking. Sometimes
talking.
Sometimes it sounds though like when the guy said he was a dog. Remember that? And Allen did this high-pitched yip back to him like he was a little chihuahua yip.
Little Yorkie.
I lost it when I heard that, man. That was awesome.
But most of my stuff is responsive. It's not like I'm going out of my way to trash talk or impose my will. It's just I play the game, and then if someone has something to say, then I'm more than likely to have my opinion as well.
There you go. Right. I mean, that's just how it goes, right, Ricardo? But I want to ask you guys, let's start with Aaron again. How have you guys been able to build such a close team, the close-knit, the bonding, the team chemistry during this COVID era where you're not really able to hang out a whole lot? How have you guys been able to cultivate that?
Yeah, it's been really strange, especially with the things they've done in the locker room, putting dividers between every locker, and it's been a stretch for all of us this year. But we already had a good framework. hanging out and good relationships. I do definitely miss the opportunities to eat together on the road or get together during the week. Friday night hangouts, whatever it might be, just where you can kind of see the guys outside of a work environment where kind of relax a little bit more and enjoy each other's company and blow off some steam from whatever happened that week. So it's been that's taken away some of the fun, I think, of the season. But we're pros, and we've just gotten our work done and worked on those relationships and the chemistry during the weeks.
Davante, I'm going to ask you this next question. Something that actually Aaron said after yesterday's game, just kind of understanding, acknowledging how difficult this has been, this time period for so many people, regardless of what they do. So I'm wondering, how does it make you feel knowing that what you guys have been doing this season provides a sense of relief for people, just an escape? They just want to get away from the real-world problems. And here you guys are having a historic season, 13 games, top seed. What does that mean to you, knowing that you're providing joy for people in such a challenging time?
It means a lot. It would mean more if we could, if we had them present at the games. That would be even more. I think we as players would feel it a little bit more. But obviously, an escape for them during a time like this, it makes us feel good to know that we can do it. We obviously have a great time going out there and doing it, and just kind of having COVID being what it's been since before OTAs and not being able to have that period. I think that coming back out here during camp and throughout the season has kind of pushed us a little bit more to connect, through meetings or just being at the stadium or whatever, just because we missed out on some time, so we kind of had to make up for that lost time. And we just enjoy connecting with each other, going out and playing ball, and it's also an escape for us. So, if it helps our fans in the meantime, then that's even better.
Let's do one more question. What do you guys look at? You guys, how much time do you have? We still got to play our regular Clubhouse Live challenge, right, Alan? We got to get that in before the guys leave, right?
Need my dub.
Yeah, you've been red hot. We won 2 months straight. So let's ask this question for both guys, and we'll play the game, and then we'll let the guys get out here because I know they're busy. But this was not a certainty. This was an unknown when you guys reported to training camp. I'll start with Aaron. Are you at all amazed that you're at this point? You got through the regular season in a COVID, once-in-a-lifetime pandemic, and not only have you gotten through the season, you've had a historic season, played at a high level, and you've really avoided almost all of the distractions that come with what's going on. You look back and reflect and think, man, I can't believe we're here. Did you envision being here back in July, August?
I didn't necessarily envision being here based on what we were told. Just even with the testing, I thought the testing with the percentages being down would start to wane a little bit. We wouldn't have to test every single day. We'd start to get fans back in the stadium, by mid-season. I remember when they announced there weren't going to be fans for the first 2 games. I think everybody was thinking, oh, well, I'm sure by the time we get to week 6 or whatever it was, we got back home, there'd be fans. So it's been strange to, be here, but still not, play in front of any fans at home this season yet. That's been strange. Just because I didn't feel like in March, when this thing started heating up, I just felt like, we were kind of quarantining ourselves to kind of flatten the curve or whatever. And after that happened, it's kind of stayed the same rules throughout the summer and fall as well.
Last one, Davante. What did it mean for Aaron? Aaron said it last night that he came up to you after the game and said, 13 and a half games, you've just had the best season by a Packer receiver in team history. What did that mean to you, and have you had time since to kind of reflect on that and think, yeah, I'm right up there with some of the greats. One of the receivers has a building named after him across the street from the stadium. What does that mean to you to have your quarterback tell you that?
It means a lot, man. Obviously, it's nothing that I really I don't like to take too many steps back during the season, especially going into what we're going into smell the roses. But it's good to reflect every now and then and look at what you've done as a team, what you've done individually, and just kind of feel good about yourself. And obviously, we've done a lot collectively to feel good about. But I mean, one of the things, and I think that Aaron knows it. Obviously, Alan knows it. He's been around for a little quick minute now, but I feel like we play our best ball, Aaron and I, when it comes to these January playoff games. So, it's good to feel good about those. But now that all the regular season stuff's out the way, we don't have to try to crunch any, to get any records and all of that stuff, which none of it was stress. So that's the good thing. It all came real natural and, within the flow of the game, as Aaron likes to say. But, coming into these games now, these are the ones that we really gotta get after and make sure we go finish. We measure our success short term. We don't like to look at just how the season's going because, if you're having confidence issues or something like that, it's good to look back and see what you've done and kind of feel good about yourself. But right now, we got a full head of steam and doing a lot of good stuff. So we just want to keep that going and finish the season right.
All right, good stuff with Aaron Rodgers tonight, Davante Adams. They got to get going here in a little bit, so how about a virtual round of applause for the guys? But before they go, I got to throw the challenge flag, Alan. It is time for tonight's Clubhouse Live Challenge. We got to get this game. Alan's been talking a lot of trash about how good he is playing How Well Do You Know? It's a rapid-fire trivia contest in which I will ask you 5 questions. They each pertain to the same category. If you think you know the answer, just going to have you raise your hand tonight. That's all. No dinging or anything. Just raise your hand. The category, I'll tell you guys in a second, but we have 3 playing partners for the 3 guys, and all of them will go home with the signed photo from the Lizard, Alan Lazard.
Nice.
This game tonight isn't for prizes. It is for bragging rights. Simply bragging rights. The 2 wide receivers going against the quarterback. Now, I know you all are big basketball fans, right? I know you all love hoops, love to play hoops. So tonight's category, quickly, the NBA. The NBA. How well do you know the NBA? So, how you feeling about that, Lizard? You feeling like your 10-game winning streak will extend to 11?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Ready?
2.5 months.
It's been it's been an Aaron Rodgers-like, Davante Adams-like performance in How Well Do You Know? It's incredible high level that he's playing at. Each question is worth 1 point. There will be then a bonus question after the 5 questions have been asked of a point total that I'll determine to make sure Alan wins the game because he's the star of the show. It's his show. So, again, the category is NBA. If you think you know the answer, raise your hand. Question number 1. This legendary big man was known for his signature skyhook shot. Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, yeah.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Ricardo, score.
That's 1 butt punch for Aaron and nothing for Alan and Davante.
We would have accepted Lou Alcindor as well.
Half of his. That is only half of his name, by the way. Does he know the other name that he came into the league with?
So he just said it, though.
Go ahead,
He
Davante.
just said it, Lou Alcindor.
Yeah.
I didn't hear it. See,
Bucks and
there you go.
Lakers
Now you learned
star.
something.
That's right.
Some people forget he played for the Bucks. So, question number 2. Speaking of the Lakers, right?
Yes.
They got their start in this Midwestern city before moving to Los Angeles. Aaron Rodgers.
Minneapolis.
Ricardo, score.
Wow. 2 butt punches for Aaron.
He gets the bell.
Nothing for anybody else. Alan, you're behind, my friend.
Minneapolis Lakers. George Mikan led Minneapolis Lakers. All right, question number 3. We got to get through this. The fantastic documentary, we all watched it, The Last Dance, right? Chronicled the Michael Jordan-led Bulls dynasty of the 1990s. How many finals championships did those Bulls teams win?
Ding.
Alan Lazard.
6.
Yes. Ricardo scored.
That's right. So Aaron 2, Davante 1, or I'm sorry, Alan 1, Davante nothing.
2-1-0. Yeah. 3
during
and 3. And then the Rockets won 2 in between that. Question number 4. In what city do the Golden State Warriors play their home games? What city? Davante.
Whoa.
San Francisco.
Yes, that was a
Yes.
trick question, and he got it.
Yes, so 2 for Aaron, 1 each for Alan and Davante.
Moved from Oakland last season to San Francisco. So here we go. Question number 5. This current Brooklyn Nets point guard starred as street ball legend. Yes.
Oh.
Davante, right?
Davante.
Kyrie Irving.
Yes, he got it. Kyrie Irving. This was a good game.
Well, 2 points for Aaron, 2 for Devontae, 1 for Allen.
That makes this bonus question worth 2 points.
Yes.
Here we go. Listen closely. What is the name of Giannis Antetokounmpo's signature Nike shoe? Devontae.
Zoom Freak 1.
He got it. He got it. Devontae with the big comeback. And he wins. How well do you know the Zoom Freak?
I like that. I like that question.
Antetokounmpo. Wow. What a comeback for number 17.
Damn.
So, Devontae, you were playing for Tim West. Tim West is going home with this. Aaron, you were playing for Arthur Valentine. Alan, you were playing for Pam Miller. How about that?
Alan, it had to land.
Your
It had
winning
to end
streak is
sometime.
over.
Sorry, Arthur.
It was part of the deal of getting them on here. You know, I was going to take a little bit lighter on the challenge.
Very good. Well, I think our time is up with the guys. I know we had to fly through it. So, Devontae, congratulations on a phenomenal season. Good luck to you in the playoffs. Look forward to watching you down the road here, maybe into February, Ricardo. And Aaron, same to you. We appreciate you for coming on. And if you have one last zinger for Ricardo, now's the time to say it.
Divisional playoffs. We'll see you, Aaron.
We hope so.
Wish
I
for
got nothing for him, man. I don't need to dunk
That's
on
right.
him one more time.
All right, fellas. Appreciate you being on. We know you got to get going. So thank
Thank
you
you,
again
guys.
for being on. Really appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, guys.
Congratulations.
All right, guys.
All right, Alan. We did it.
Nice.
Did it.
We are
Short
reformatting
leash,
the
but
show.
we did it.
We did it. I know the guys had to get going. Hopefully we didn't keep them too long. And thank heavens Devontae got his computer to rotate. Otherwise, he would have been displayed upside down. That was the holdup, everybody.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a mishap, but we were able to work through it and have a great show. Still
Okay.
here.
We got some questions in, some of the questions I wanted to get in. So let's talk to our co-host. Yeah, get a virtual round of applause.
Right before you start, we have fans watching everywhere, by the way. Elk Grove, California, Nashville, Tennessee, Kansas City, Missouri, and Brazil. They speak Portuguese over there, you know that.
Yeah.
Bro. But
Right.
all over the world. We get them from all over the world.
All over the world tonight. So again, the guys had some other things coming up, right, Alan? So they had to get going here. Could only be on for the first half of the show. So that's why we're kind of bouncing around. But we appreciate your time. And you are now, Alan, forever a Clubhouse Live legend.
You are a legend.
You are a legend on this show. Only one other guy has gotten Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams on the show. That was John Kuhn, the general.
I thought you said Crabtree. Oh, that's right.
Crabtree
Both.
got Rodgers on.
Okay.
But never has anybody gotten the guys on at the same time. That puts Alan Lazard on the Mount Rushmore of Clubhouse Live
Yes,
co-hosts,
definitely.
without a doubt. So
I
congratulations
love
to
it.
you. Pat yourself on
Thank
the
you.
back, would you? There we go. Hey, let's do a stat pack here. I'm just kind of bouncing around all over the script here. Aaron Rodgers' 48 touchdown passes ended up being 2 more than the total number of J.K. Scott punts this season. He had more touchdowns than J.K. Scott punts. Aaron now has 56 career games with at least 3 touchdown passes and no interceptions, which is the second most the NFL in the NFL since the 1950 season. And the 14 games in which he has recorded a passer rating of 100 or more this year are the most in a single season in the Super Bowl era. Also, Devontae Adams and Sterling Sharp are the only players in team history to produce 2 100-plus catch seasons, and Devontae currently ranks 4th in team history in career receptions with 546. He'll leap past Jordy Nelson and Sterling Sharp into second place on that list sometime next season. So, Alan, you're right there with these guys. You see it every day, but you got to step back and just say, man, I mean, they're keeping the Packers PR staff busy. They're rewriting the media guide, the record books.
Yeah, both of them. I think it just goes to show you of the type of athlete, the type of person they are, and really just how talented they are. For them to come out and have such a historic year. Obviously, football is probably the ultimate team sport. For those two guys' individual success, the team wouldn't have the success that we were where we are today without those two guys and what they're able to do out there on the field. So it's a blessing to be able to watch from a distance, to be able to appreciate as a fan, as a fan of football, and those two guys as well, watching, as I've been growing up and everything, to sit here playing with them on Sundays, being able to learn from them, their different teachings, the different techniques for whatever it may be. It's very humbling, and I'm very lucky to be able to play alongside them, and yeah, it's great going to work with them every single day and to be able to go out there and to play with them.
Well, what's really cool from our standpoint, obviously, is to hear how much they respect you and how much you mean. I think sometimes people get too caught up on the flashy stats, right, and don't understand all the little things that lead to the big things, right? I mean, that's kind of really what the game of football is all about.
Yeah, it definitely is. I think that's something that really, since I've gotten here in Green Bay, that's something I've really focused on is the little smaller details of the game, especially as a wide receiver position. I think they've made me a lot more versatile this year, and really kind of as my career has gone on, of asking me to do more and to be able to go out there to be able to do those things. It takes a lot of concentration and a lot of will, but I think it's more so of the want to be able to go out there to do that, and the mindset to be able to that. No matter what they ask of me, I can go out there and be the best at doing it.
Now, I wanted to ask you, we're going to get to your segment. Again, we're working backwards today to accommodate Aaron and Devontae. Cameras yesterday, Alan, caught you getting in the way of Akeem Hicks and Lucas Patrick. Now, I'm just going to maybe ask that next time that happens, especially when it comes to somebody of the caliber of an Akeem Hicks.
The size, you mean?
Maybe just let him keep swinging so he gets kicked out of the game. Okay. Let the fight escalate, Alan. I don't know what you were doing stepping in there. What were you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, I'm going to protect all my teammates and my brothers out there. So I saw a couple friendly hand gestures being placed on his face mask, I guess you could say, that probably shouldn't belong there. But, that's part of the game, too, of just, two very skilled, aggressive guys. And, they're going at it every single play. So it's just kind of a nature of the game to be able to get in scuffles like that. Me personally, I was trying to step in. And obviously, if it got a little bit more violent and hectic, I would react accordingly to the environment. But definitely not trying to get in the way of big guys like that getting after it.
Ricardo, what do you have to say for your stellar defensive lineman trying to pick a fight? He should have been kicked out.
Well, I don't know if he should have been kicked out, but that was not a smart move given that he is so essential to their defense. So, yeah, not a smart move. You don't want to get in the way of two big dancing bears like that, Alan. You can get hurt, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty big myself, So, like I said, like Devontae, like I don't go out searching for stuff. I'm just out there to resolve the issues and to make sure the Packers come out with the dub. So, whatever it takes.
Well, the way Aaron made it sound like you speak in high-pitched squeals out there, so I don't know what's going on with you. What's going on? I have this vision of big, tough Allen Lazard.
That was more so someone was claiming that they were a dog, verbatim, and that they're tough and everything. And so I was mimicking with my voice of what kind of dog they were. Which would have been like
I got you.
Nice.
So that's where that whole story unfolds.
That's good.
That's a good, the inside
good clarification.
Mm-hmm. No, we didn't get your take, Alan, or your message to Ricardo. We asked Aaron. We asked Devontae. What do you have to say to Ricardo the Bear fan after that shellacking yesterday?
It wasn't a shellacking. It was a good game.
Too.
Yeah, I mean, it was, it's obviously, for me personally, going into the game, just thinking about my first time playing there, being the first game of the season last year, and to see, kind of just thinking about how the past 2 years have unfolded and everything. It was kind of just like a humbling moment just being there at the stadium and everything, warming up for the game. Obviously, last time, it was the opening kickoff of the season. This time, it's, we're finishing week 17 of the regular season. There's no fans. The media is obviously very watered down and everything there. So it just gave me a lot of perspective on how fast things in life can change and how to keep moving forward, regardless of whatever happens to you.
Ooh. You're kind of liking this media thing, right? Where you don't have to stand in front of your locker with about 40 cameras and microphones in your face. You kind of like this
Yeah.
Zoom stuff, don't you?
It's a little bit easier getting undressed after the games and stuff, but yeah, I'm not. Nah, I would say either side. It's pros and cons to both of it.
Well, simply put, when you are back at your locker with a whole bunch of media in front of you, that means that things are back to normal. So that's exactly what we want to see here in the world. So what are some of your takeaways? So some of the things that stood out to you in your Week 17 victory over the Bears as you looked at film and just kind of reflect on the big win?
Yeah, I think kind of looking over the past few weeks, really the whole month of December, I think we were able to make big strides as an offense and as a team and a wholesome as well. We were able to really finish out games. The Panther game, was probably our biggest hiccup in that sense. But, look at the Tennessee game last week, you look at this week, yesterday, and how we were able to finish the games. Our defense stepping up tremendously in the second half. And I think we're really playing our best football right now. And like Devontae had said, having the ultimate confidence going into January is something huge. And knowing that we're playing at home in our own stadium, we know that our next flight that we have to take will be down to Tampa, and that's not for another 4 weeks, 5 weeks or so. So there's a lot of confidence that you can be able to build from that, be able to relax and knowing that you're not having to travel and make adjustments and playing on the road.
Confidence. He's confident. Looking forward to that next flight down to Tampa, Florida. There, our virtual crowd. They're rowdy here tonight. Ricardo, you have some online stuff?
I do, and this obviously for Alan, Tracy Santos has a question specifically about the Red Zone showed you kicking a soccer ball in the end zone pregame. Is that always how you warm up, or does it vary with the soccer ball?
So I actually started integrating the soccer ball as part of my warm-up every single day. During the camp, actually, I believe is when I first started using the soccer ball. And then actually once I had gotten hurt and had to have surgery, I used it to be a part of my rehab warming up because actually the muscle that I had to get surgery on is the main muscle that you use to kick the ball. So just kicking the ball against the wall, juggling it, just kind of just playing around with it helps me get warmed up and it makes warming up a lot easier and a lot more fun, I guess. But also I think helps my game a little bit with keeping light on my feet and to be able to control my body a little bit better. But as far as warming up with it for the games, I've only used the soccer ball to warm up for away games. For home games, I usually just stay in the locker room just because I'm really used to the environment. I kind of have like my own routine when I'm here at home, but on the road, I kind of use the soccer ball to go out to the field to embrace the environment, feel the weather out. It's an outside game, obviously, and just kind of get accustomed to the setting.
Great question from Tracy Santos.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think we have another pretty interesting question from Louis. I think was on put on
right,
your desk
earlier. Let me look at
but
this.
no, I'll ask Alan. You look up that question here in a second. I think it was put on your desk, Ricardo. But Alan, you got a week off, all right? How are you going to maintain this momentum? How are you going to stay engaged mentally and even physically so that you don't have any rust to knock off when you do get back out there next week?
Yeah, I think for me personally, and then as a team as well, we're really set on our end goal, obviously going out of Tampa and to be able to bring the Lombardi Trophy home back to Green Bay where it belongs. But I think, you kind of got to be able to work back from that and to be able to just address this bye week and make sure that we're all handling it the best way possible as far as treating our bodies right, making sure we get enough sleep and everything. And then just knowing that once this bye week is over and once we figured out who our opponent is for our first game, of knowing that we're basically on a 14-day schedule of being able to play 2 games. And if we win those 2 games, we'll be rewarded with going to the Super Bowl with another bye week as well. So I think the schedule is very obviously set up in our favor, being the number 1 seed and having the bye week. So we just got to be able to take advantage of it. And it's an everyday thing. And, we just got to know that we can't take the foot off of the gas now.
Carter, do you have something else?
Yeah, we have from Louis from online. He asked, instead of trash talk, what is the nicest or funniest thing an opposing player has said to you during a game? So maybe some colorful, witty, non-threatening banter.
Reverse trash talk.
Most of the time there's not much trash talking going on. I think there's probably more trash talk in college just because there's a lot more emotion in the game and everything. But I think a lot of people in the NFL, everyone's just out there having fun, trying to do their job, and knows that we're all working together at the end of the day. So a lot of time, like for instance, I got tackled on that drag route yesterday at like the 3 or 4 yard line, and I forgot the guy's name, 55 though. He kind of saw me after the play. I was telling him I was mad at him for not letting me able to get in. And it's kind of just joking, having fun, throwing jabs at each other in that way, but very lightheartedly. And then after the game, it's all love and everything, and obviously everyone just cares about each other's safety and health, and we're able to all walk off the field at the end of the game.
Interesting question from Louis.
Great question.
We thank Tracy. Yep. A couple more, and then we have to give our Canvas print giveaway. We have to announce who's winning the Allen Lazard signed print. We also have a couple of big announcements regarding next week's show and moving forward, all that good stuff. So let me think here. Devontae's a weapon, obviously. You're a weapon. Aaron Jones is a weapon. Robert Tunyon's a weapon. Jamal Williams is a weapon. I'm sure I'm missing even some other guys.
Who's that? Daphne?
Dominique Daphne.
Where did he come from?
Well, we'll talk about that in a second. But Alan, I thought the narrative at the beginning of the year, you needed more weapons, and all you guys did was finish atop the league in points scored, and I think 5th in the league in average yards per game. Now, come on, be honest. That had to be a motivator in the locker room among the offensive guys. That we've got plenty of weapons right here in this locker room as it is.
Yeah, I think all of us took that narrative that was kind of circling around April and that lingered around the summer. Personally, I know I did for sure. Them, talking a lot about not drafting a receiver, getting skill players. But I think, the success that we have has been a lot of credit to obviously guys like Devontae and Aaron, and an outstanding O-line. They say that I'm the unsung hero, but I really think the O-line, what those guys have done this year with guys getting injured, going down, throughout the games, the adjustments that they've made and be able to maintain the success that they've had. We're not able to have the success on the outside on the perimeter without those guys being able to hold up guys like 96 and 52 last week, to allow Aaron to be able to get the ball out of his hands to us down the field. So, I think a lot of it is just our team charisma, that we all carry by each other. We're all having fun out there. And ultimately, we're all on the same page because we're going for the same goal. So I think a lot of it, just goes credit to, as a team and individuals of coming together, making those sacrifices, and the coaches putting in the work on the front end and preparing us for each and every game.
Now, I kind of asked Aaron and Devontae earlier to kind of reflect maybe on this whole strange season, COVID era, and kind of what it has meant to fans as an escape, and just the team unity and how you've been able to cultivate that without being able to hang out together. So I'm going to ask you now maybe a reflective question, but you look at the makeup of your team. I've got and the contributions you've gotten from Robert Tonyan, Chris Barnes, Dominique Daphne. We saw it yesterday, not only with the score, but then the big special teams hit on kickoff right after that. Chandon Sullivan, Allen Lazard, yourself. I'm sure I'm missing some other guys, but the common denominator, undrafted guys that are making big impacts on a Super Bowl caliber team. So the story isn't finished yet, obviously, on the 2020 Green Bay Packers, but how do you think you're going to define this group, and how are you going to look back on this team 10, 20 years from now as you kind of reflect on your career and the crazy season that 2020 was?
Yeah, just from the standpoint of the whole entire season, obviously this is very life-changing for all of us, whether you're playing football or whatever, just kind of living in today's society with everything going on. There's constant change kind of going on. So it'll be interesting to look back on it in the next decade or so of what the year 2020 was, especially this season, on everything that we had to deal with, all the obstacles and adversities that were presented throughout the season. But as far as a team standpoint, every day I go in and I'm so thankful that I play on such a talented team. I have really, really talented teammates. Obviously, we had 7 guys be all pro this year, but there's obviously way more than just that that we have in our locker room. And the standard is so high, and the demand for excellence is consistently the same every single day. So it just brings out the best of us, and I think that's what I'm so excited for, and with the team that we have. But also know that the future. I may not play on a as good a team like this, of just being able to take as much as I can in every single day, and not take it for granted.
Last thing, what's left? What's left for this offense to accomplish now? You've done it all, right? I mean, again, one of the highest scoring, definitely the highest scoring team in the league, but one of the most explosive units. What's left for you guys? Is there still some stuff in that playbook that you're just kind of waiting to show off?
Yeah, I think the coaches, especially having 2 weeks to prepare for our first game, essentially will be able to dial up a lot of good plays. But I think what's ultimately left for us is the Lombardi Trophy. The individual success. The offensive unit success that we've had this year. I think that's kind of, we understand that that's done and over with. The regular season's gone, and now there's only one goal and one goal only. It doesn't matter how we get there, how we achieve it, but is the point that we get there. And I think everyone's really locked in and honed in on that main goal, and I think that's a big reason why we'll get there.
All right, let's hear that virtual round of applause again. The show is starting to wind down. We were in the 2-minute drill, the first half of the show, to make sure that we could get the guys some questions before they had to get going. So now we're sort of in that that 12-play, 76-yard drive you had yesterday with the conversation here. All right, Alan, you know what it's time for. Everybody's favorite segment. It is time for something cool from Alan Lazard's house. Roll it, Rosie.
Okay, so here, that's awesome. That's been a fun part of this segment. So I appreciate the video and doing this whole segment. This is one of my favorite parts of the show as well. But I'll take advantage right now and let you guys know this is one of the samples that we have coming out with ATT. It's a bomber jacket. Whoops.
There it is.
There you go.
Yep.
Something pretty simple right now of what we're doing, but we are in the plans and getting pre-orders out here soon to be able to make sure that it's out, open to the public for you guys to be able to order your ATT merchandise and to get that up and running.
That looks sharp.
That looks very sharp.
Very sharp.
Can you give out information on how to order, or is that's not still available yet?
It's not. Yeah, we don't have that finalized yet.
Okay.
I'll definitely put out stuff on my social media, Twitter, Instagram. You can follow us on Instagram as well as at the top on Instagram. And then we also have at the top.life is our web page. It's all in my bio. It's on the internet as well for my social media accounts. To be able to go out there and to see the videos that we have. We just actually released a podcast, which I'll be releasing on my social media tomorrow. But we actually released a podcast, our first episode, this last Friday on January 1st. So it's up on YouTube. It's on Spotify as well. And it'll be up on Apple Music as well here shortly. But yeah, so we're taking off with ATT or at the top, and hopefully be able to get merchandise out here soon to all you guys and make it a lot more interactive so you guys can follow along on our journey.
Excellent. I like it. That's good
too.
stuff,
Very
Ricardo.
cool
you don't
stuff.
get any.
Yeah.
You don't get any.
Alan's been very generous.
Not to you. Not to you. Next segment's going to be something. I said it before. Something cool in the doors behind Alan Lazard. We still got to see what he's hiding behind those two doors. So, hey, normally we would go up north with Mark Olenichik Realty. If you are buying or selling real estate in Northeast Wisconsin, contact the licensed professional realtors at Mark Olenichik Realty. Call 920-432-1007 or visit olej.com. But there's no game to predict, no Packers game to predict. But I was told that I must put on the victory visor anyway. So it's still going on my head. Let me hear the round of applause because this thing has got magical powers. And I'll put it on next week's show as well. But let's predict the Bears-Saints game. Saints 83, Bears 3.
Speaking of magical, Coach Ditka somehow found the Bears a way to get into the playoffs. Thank you to Coach. We appreciate all the help that you give the Bears. Hey, do I think it's going to be easy win? No. Are they predictably underdogs? Yes, almost by 10 points. Let me tell you something. There's been some 6 seeds that have done some damage, one in particular from Lambeau about a decade ago. It can happen. It's happened 6 times, actually, that 6 seed has made it to the Super Bowl. I haven't given up hope. There's a chance. All you had to do was get in the tournament. We'll see what happens. I'm predicting the Bears win and a rematch with the Packers at Lambeau. Woo!
Good. I'm sure the Packers would exactly want that, too. They'll take that rematch without a doubt. So, Packers News app, Ricardo, we're winding down.
That's right, with your one-stop shop for award-winning photos and videos from USA Today Network, Wisconsin's Packers coverage team. That Packers News app, your one-stop shop for complete coverage of the Green Bay Packers. This app, available for iPhone and Android users only, Brett.
Again, and by the way, congratulations to the Bears for backing in to the playoffs.
Just got to get in.
Losing, yet still making the playoffs. By our friends, again, Olenichik Realty. Mark Olenichik Realty would like to thank Northeast Wisconsin for 40 years of real estate success. Put their success to work for you. Call Mark Olenichik Realty at 920-432-1007 or visit olej.com. Hey, our guy, Mark Mayfield of Mayfield Sports Marketing. Great working with him. A leading Wisconsin sports marketing agency and speaker bureau. And I always have to give a shout-out to Mike Thiel of Eric Lives Here for our intro and outro music. We have 2 things to do, Alan. Should we give away your signed canvas print? Ricardo, can you hold that up?
Yes.
All right. Yes. There it is. Since November 2nd and through last week's show, we've been displaying keywords that you needed to collect so you could enter into the drawing for this very cool 16 by 20 canvas print signed by Alan Lazard. There were 8 keywords in total, and they were, again, Lizard, Cyclones, Urbandale, Somersault, Crown, ATT, Hurdle, and Playoffs. Those were the 8.
Who won it?
Well, let me say it. Okay. Hold on, Ricardo. We received quite a few emailed entries with those correct keywords. I was busy, and I entered those names into our randomized drawing. So it's time to announce the person with the winning entry. Congratulations, Rosie, put it up, to Dawn Reinwand. Dawn Reinwand, you have won the canvas print signed by the Lizard. Dawn, I'll be reaching out to you via email. What do you think, Lizard?
That's awesome. Congratulations, Don.
Yes. So we will get that out in the mail shortly. Also, playoffs. We got to talk about the playoffs here, Alan, before you do the final word. Programming note. We will have a show next week, but the Lizard is taking the week off. He's getting a much-needed breather during the bye week, but we will still be doing a show.
As will I'll be taking a breather.
We don't care that you're not going to be here, Ricardo. So let me just announce that. So again, no show next week, but we will have a very special guest sitting in for Alan next week. Will be Green Bay Packers legend, Pro Football Hall of Famer, and master Vince Lombardi storyteller Jerry Kramer will be here. Let's hear the virtual round of applause for that. Friend of the show. More details to come on our Facebook page at facebook.com/Clubhouse Live. Give us a like, please. Jerry Kramer. Alan, you would like meeting Jerry Kramer. Very cool guy. If you can ever get a chance to chat with number 64, you got to do it.
Absolutely.
All right. You got the final word tonight, Lizard. It's been an odd sort of show, but we got it done.
Yeah, it has. First and foremost, I want to thank Devontae and Aaron, even though they're not here, obviously. But got to give it up to you, Brett, too, as well as handling this conundrum of a show that we've had.
A lot of juggling
today.
Last second.
A lot of juggling. Way to handle the first part of the segment. I appreciate that. I don't know how you do it sometimes, but thank you, Ricardo, as well. I won't give you as much as a compliment. But
hey, Alan, hold on. Could you compliment me a little bit more before a couple more compliments before you go on?
He's very needy.
Yes, I appreciate the visor. It looks very well on you. The Coach Ditka thing, got respect for the guy, but wouldn't want to see him on my show any much longer. But for everyone else, thank you guys for tuning in. For those of you who tuned in from week 1, those of you joined throughout the season, and those of you just tuning in tonight, thank you so much for joining me. And I really appreciate everyone out there tuning in. and all the support that you've had for me personally, but even more so us Packers as a team and organization. And cannot wait to be able to bring that Lombardi trophy home where it belongs.
That would be one fun Clubhouse Live celebration. So let's take one step at a time, but let's think about it. We can dream big, right, Ricardo?
yeah.
Right, Alan? So, all right, for the Lizard, for A-Rod, what's for Tay, for Ricardo,
Hey.
and the crew with USA Today Network Wisconsin. I don't have a nickname. I'm just Brett. I'm Brett Christopherson, saying so long. Be back here next Monday with Green Bay Packers legend and Pro Football Hall of Famer Jerry Kramer as we get ready for the big Packers playoff push. And then join us again 2 weeks, Monday night, 6:30 p.m. as we rejoin and talk about a big Packers playoff win with that guy. In the middle of your screen, it is Green Bay Packers wide receiver, number 13, Allen the Lizard Lazard. Mean Gene, you're out there. Take it away.
Go, Pack, go! Go, Pack, go! Green and gold! Go, Pack, go!